Okay, let's go.
We spend so much time prepping for those big, scheduled presentations. But what about all the other moments? The ones that happen every single day? A surprise question in a meeting, some unexpected feedback, an impromptu toast at a dinner. Mastering that kind of spontaneous speaking is the real game changer. And today, we're going to break down exactly how you can do it.
So to kick things off, let's try a quick little perception exercise. Go ahead and read the sentence on your screen and count every single F you see. I'll give you a few seconds. Finished files are the result of years of scientific study combined with the experience of years. Got your number? Okay, so what did you get? If you counted 3, you're in good company. That's what most people get. But the correct answer is actually 6. You see, most of us completely miss the F's in the word of. It's wild. Our brain is so trained to read for meaning that it just glides right over the letter itself.
And this little test is the perfect metaphor for what we're talking about today. When it comes to communicating well, we often overlook the small, simple techniques that can make a massive difference. Just like those sneaky little F's, the tools for great spontaneous speaking are right there, basically hiding in plain sight.
These on-the-spot challenges, they're literally everywhere, right? We're talking about Q&A sessions after a presentation, or being asked to give feedback in the moment, or maybe your boss just turns to you and says, "Hey, could you introduce our new team member?" These moments happen way more often than those big planned speeches, and honestly, they're often way more important. The thing is, for most of us, this is absolutely terrifying. I mean, look at this. Research shows that a staggering 85% of people are nervous about public speaking. It consistently ranks as a top fear for people, right up there with some really serious threats. So if your heart starts pounding in these moments, you're not broken, you're just normal. So that feeling, that's exactly where we need to start. Because before you can even think about what you're going to say, you have to get that anxiety under control. Think about it. If your audience is focused on how nervous you seem, they can't possibly focus on your message. Your first job is to help them feel comfortable, and that all starts with you. Now, this is a really critical reframe. The goal is not to eliminate anxiety. That feeling is actually useful. It's your body's natural fight-or-flight response kicking in, and it's giving you energy and focus. It's your body's way of telling you that what you're doing right now matters. The key isn't to kill it, it's to manage it, so it doesn't manage you. So how do we actually do that? Well, here are 3 simple techniques you can start using immediately. First, when you feel those symptoms, the shaky hands, the racing heartbeat, just greet it. Just acknowledge it in your head like, "Oh, hello, anxiety. I guess this just means I'm about to do something important." Next, reframe the situation. This isn't a performance, you're just having a conversation. And finally, get present. Do something physical to pull yourself into the here and now, like wiggling your toes or saying a quick tongue twister in your head. It helps stop your mind from spiraling. Okay, so with our anxiety managed, we can move on to the core framework. This is a super simple 4-step method that you can use for pretty much any spontaneous speaking situation to feel more confident. Let's break it down. The very first step has nothing to do with your audience. It has everything to do with you. You have to get out of your own way. We put so much pressure on ourselves to find the perfect answer or say the most brilliant thing that we end up just freezing. The biggest obstacle we face is usually our own desire to be exceptional. And that leads us to this powerful and, kind of strange maxim from the world of improv comedy. Dare to be dull. I know, it sounds like the exact opposite of what you want to be, right? But by giving yourself permission to just be okay, to be average, you lower the stakes, you stop overanalyzing everything, and just allow yourself to respond. And the funny thing is, when you dare to be dull, you often end up being far more brilliant than if you had tried to be.
Building on that, step 2 is another huge mental shift. You need to see the situation as an opportunity, not a threat. A surprise question isn't an attack. It's a chance to clarify your point. It's a chance to connect with your audience, or a chance to share something valuable. This simple change can shift your entire posture from being defensive to being constructive. The most famous rule in all of improv, yes and, captures this mindset perfectly. It's all about accepting what's given to you and then building on it. It's an approach that says, hey, I'm open, I'm collaborative, and I see this as a chance to create something together. You're not shutting things down, you're opening things up.
Okay, so once you've shifted your mindset, you can actually do step 3, which is to slow down and really, truly listen. Now, this sounds so obvious, I know. But in our rush to come up with a smart answer, we often hear just enough to get the gist, and then spend the rest of the time planning our response in our head. You can't actually help your audience if you don't fully get what they're asking.
I love this phrase because it just flips that common saying right on its head. Don't just do something, stand there. Take a breath, listen all the way to the end. That little pause to make sure you understand the question not only helps you give a way better answer, it also shows a ton of respect to the person who asked.
And finally, we get to the most practical step of all. Respond with a structure. See, our brains just crave patterns. There's even research showing that structured information is up to 40% easier for people to process and remember. You're basically giving the listener a mental map to follow. This handles the how of your message, which frees up your brain to focus on the what.
And here are 2 incredibly useful structures you can use for almost anything. If you need to persuade somebody, use problem, solution, benefit. Something like, the problem is our customer retention is low. My solution is a new loyalty program, and the benefit is we'll see a 15% increase in repeat business. Easy. If you just need to inform, use what, so what, now what. These are so simple to remember, and they give you instant clarity.
So while it might seem like a paradox, having a structure is what ultimately sets you free. It reduces all that mental heavy lifting in a high-pressure moment, and it allows your best ideas to shine through clearly and concisely. You're not trapped by the structure. You are liberated by it.
All right, let's put this all together into a handy toolkit that you can start using immediately to feel more confident and connected in literally any spontaneous speaking situation. So here are your new mantras. When you feel that pressure to be perfect, just tell yourself to dare to be dull. When a question comes out of left field, remember to reframe it and see it as an opportunity. Before you leap in with an answer, don't just do something, stand there. Try to build on what other people say with that yes and mindset. And always, always remember that structure sets you free.
So I'll leave you with this final thought. Sometime today, I guarantee an unexpected conversation or question is going to come your way. And instead of seeing it as a threat or a challenge, how are you going to choose to reframe it as an opportunity to connect, to clarify, and to share?